We now welcome in Ramona Shelburne, who just did an exceptional job with that piece. Ramona, you've spent so many years covering Kobe in LA. What did you learn about Kobe, the man, not just the player, in talking to Pau? You covered both of these guys, and yet that conversation seems like it brought so much.
I mean, to be honest, Rachel, like, I covered them up close, and I never realized how close they were until after Kobe passed, and we saw all of the social media posts from Vanessa and Kat and Pau, and just the interactions that they've had. And I couldn't, I was like, wow, I was up close to it and I didn't know. And it reminded me a little of Kobe's relationship with Michael Jordan, where we kind of realized how close they were after Michael gave that eulogy. And I respect that, because he kept something for himself, right? Like, he shared so much of himself with all of us and with the world, but he did keep certain relationships for himself, out of the public eye, and I respect that, and I think it's beautiful. And for me, I think what we learned over the past year, as we've all been telling stories, is just who he was as a man. I mean, he used to email me when he was writing. Remember, he would write those stories from the Players Tribune, and he would say, "What do you think of these stories I've been writing?" I go, I was polite. I was like, yeah, it's really good. Yeah. He goes, no, what do you really think? Right? And he was like, I was like, you want me to read it and red pen it? And he goes, yes, red pen the SH out of it, right? And he wanted a real critique, and because he wanted to be a great writer, and he wanted to know what it took. And I remember we were doing a story kind of in his last year, and he really wanted to know what my writing process was like, because he was transitioning into that world. And so I told him I usually like to, I get a soundtrack kind of. I pick songs that fit the theme of the story, and I get a little method actor about it. And I go, tell me some of the songs you listen to. And he hit me back immediately. And Rachel, you wouldn't even believe the songs. It'd be Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Sia. It would be Kanye, it would be Tribe Called Quest. It was all over the map, but it was the types of songs that he would listen to when he was in his zone and he was pushing himself. And the stories he wanted to hear from me about being a writer, that's what he got the most excited about. And he's like, I want to hear that, because that's when I hear the passion in your voice. And I just knew that's who he was. I mean, that's Kobe the man. He got excited about things that other people were passionate about, and he wanted to help you take that passion that was inside of you and make the most of it.
Yeah, I mean, Ramona and I got a chance to talk on the phone the other night for about 45 minutes while she was finishing up this piece with Pau. And one thing Pau said, and I told Ramona that night too, Kobe was so cool on the bus, in the locker room, so chill. And I used to tell Kobe, like, yo, why can't the rest of the world see this dude? And he said, these MFers can't see that side of me. You know what I mean? He always wanted to keep that Mamba wall up, but it was beautiful to see that, Pau used to, kind of work on him too. It's okay. You're still a bad man, but you could still be, show the world the rest of the other side. But he just, until he was done, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, for me, I am so jealous of everybody that got to know Kobe in that sense, because when I got to know Kobe, it was just straight laser focus. It's I want to be the best. And he was like a machine. He was a robot. He was pretty much the Terminator. And he let some of us in, but not the degree that he's let these other guys in. So I'm so jealous of all these other guys. I got to know him a little bit, but not like these other guys. And I say it again, I am jealous of you, Matt. I'm jealous, man.
Well, it's fun. We work so much with Tracy McGrady, and as I mentioned earlier in this show, they were so close when they both came in, close in age, coming right from high school. They spent summers together, staying at each other's parents' houses, and then there was that decade or so of Kobe's tunnel vision. And then after, Robert, as you said, they got to know each other, having kids on the AAU circuit together, and talking about just rekindling that deep, deep friendship, the people who got to be let in by Kobe, like Pau, like T-Mac, like Matt, so many of us who were lucky to be around him, not just at the beginning, but also at the end. And Ramona, you certainly were right there. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.